One of the local sides just up the road. Don't miss it.
We are in the sensational surrounds of Saldanah Bay, where the sun is shining down on the skulls of the locals and the travelers alike for the second match of day 2 of the Saldanah Super 8. We're coming at you straight out of Transnet Saldanah Stadium, and what a beautiful day it is. Just a light breeze, the most gentle of breezes as compared to day 1 on which it defined the play. 25 degrees barely describes the situation here today. It is a very sweaty situation, and it will test the lungs and the efforts of those taking to the fields in match number 2 between Velddrif and Gardens. But before that, let's look back at how it went down on day 1. Alongside me in commentary today is none other than Damtura, aka Mtunzi Fudge Mabeta. Mtunzi, take us through these highlights.
Yeah, this was an incredible game here. Velddrif versus Safcol. Safcol were just too good for Velddrif. A 94-point game. So much entertainment. Look at the offloads, were just brilliant here from Safis up the road. Incredible tries from all over the pitch. Safcol so dangerous, even from inside their own half. A brace of tries for the right winger. There were some incredible tries as well. The fly off, cross kicking to Peters. We'll take a look at that. But Velddrif really fought hard in this fixture as well. That was great to see. Ronwen Snyders, who's earned himself a start here, scoring the first try for Velddrif there. And this was just incredible. Lucky bounce. Peters with the collection. How good is the dive? That's what it's all about. Super entertainment at the Super 8 Easter Festival. Great offloads as well. Really, this game had it all. But Safis, they've got a huge battle with the last game today. Can't wait for that one. Up against Saldanah, the home side. So stay with us up until then. Zoe Nodir was the referee here. She was so busy. Got a little bit of action as well between two tackles there. And Saldanah against Gardens. This was such a tight game. It was a bit of a difficult game as well. No look pass to finish it off from the captain, Noakes. And good one to look forward to there. But some of the results, first results, the Raiders getting the better of Barberton. The Raiders, of course, from Johannesburg, the Randburg side. And this game, Velddrif versus Gardens, a big one. The next one, Helderberg, who looked really good against Grootbrak, and then a huge final game this afternoon, Safcol against the home side, Saldanah.
Tremendous action from day 1, and day 2 promises just the same. Plenty of points in that first match there, and there are the colors of the home team. Interesting contrast between last year's champions Mtunzi of Safcol running free but conceding many points, whereas Saldanah played a much tighter game. They will have a huge matchup, as you said, in the final game of today. Which way do you see that going?
I mean, Paul Stubbs, basically what happened is Saldanah scored in the last minute there. Yes, Velddrif, although they had 58 points scored against them, they were able to score 36 points. So not scared to play a little bit of rugby. This game against Gardens should be a real big one. Gardens aside from Port Elizabeth. And that's what it's all about here. Looking for their first win. They went down 14 points to 11. They were in the lead all the way up to the 81st minute against the home side Saldanah. So they'll be looking for a first W. They'll feel a little hard done by.
As you can see there, Gardens approaching 100 years of rugby history. Velddrif established back in the 70s. These two sides taking to the field now. Gardens, the reigning defending champions of Gqeberha Rugby, come on to the field here at Saldanah. Led out by their captain, Ryan Olifant, who is a teacher by trade. And they're going to be breeding in the big ones here in the sun-shining Saldanah Bay in the middle of the day. Of course, late-night rugby on day 1. A unique feature of the Saldanah Super 8 tournament. I saw you singing in the commentary box, Mtunzi.
Yeah, but it was a late one. Difficult conditions for Gardens as well. It was quite windy, but today the conditions are beautiful. Goliath, he'll be so important. Scored a try, never stops fighting. He's a mammoth of a man, so aggressive as well. Phil Goliath, they call him Buckies. That's because of the kind of rugby he plays. Of course, it's the Velddrif Vice President's birthday today. Francois Africa at number 10 is his son, Fabio Africa, who's the vice captain. He'll be so important. We spoke about the captain as well, Goliath, who sorted out Levine, Julius, and Chad Blau with some tries. 1 try for Goliath, 2 assists. That was really important. Yachel's on the bench will be important. Van Hooy as well moves to the bench. He'll be looking to add some fresh legs. Gardens, his legs will be a little bit tired. They played right down up to midnight in day 1. Naven Guda starts. That's good to see. Pedro Barnes will be so important as Jingles Bonaparte is injured. He was really good for this Garden side.
So next up, it is Gardens taking on Velddrif here at the Saldanah Super 8 tournament. The man in the middle today, Dylan Frank. A handshake for Andy Lemart, the 40-year-old flanker for Gardens. The team's players ranging from 19 years old on the wing and Navan Khuda to 40 years old in the number 6 and Andy Lemart. Club rugby at its finest here in Saldanah. We are underway courtesy of Buton Pullman.
Option, scrum.
A mistake to kick it off. An option for Velddrif.
Yeah, not the best way to start the game, that. Buton Pullman struggles. Kicking was so important in that game. Just 2 conversions, an unconverted try for Gardens. Marvi Camphor scoring the only try for Gardens in that game. Earned himself a start, was really good off of the bench, Camphor. But Velddrif now, because Gardens couldn't take advantage of the restart,
Crouch.
have 2 sides to attack from, and I would be looking for a good start.
Fine. Sit.
The feed comes from Brandwin Smith. A big scrum from Gardens. Danger signs early for Velddrif at scrum time, but they play it to the right. No space for Julius. He cuts back in. Sticks is what they call him.
Tackle, Rosjander.
Being held up with a tackle called by our referee Frank.
Tackle, te veel van jullie voeten af. Scrum down, going forward.
Going forward with the ball, so good work in the end from Sticks Julius. It's going to be a scrum to Velddrif.
Such a nice mixture of experience and the exuberance of youth in this Garden side. A couple of youngsters. Naven Guda, who's now starting, came off the bench for Gardens. John Walton just finishing off his high school at the Griffins Academy as well in Welkom. Guda.
Fine. Sit.
Velddrif enjoying a 22-kilogram advantage, but it's all about technique at scrum time. Very good.
All about technique. Tremendous scrum from Gardens. Brilliant hands from Africa. And on the outside, they have a slight overlap to work with. The cover defense solid, shutting down the opportunity.
No.
Cleared by Smith. Velddrif, looking confident with ball in hand early, but being made to pay for that confidence as well. Penalty to the side in blue.
Dangerous tackle.
Hard men, some cold shoulders out there. You got to expect it. That's a big one. Spiky Ferreira, 39-year-old. He'll be hard, and those shoulders will be rock hard. But he's got to keep it low. The referees, rightfully so, have been so strict with player safety, taking absolutely no nonsense for a high body position in contact. So big opportunity for Velddrif here.
Ryan Leavis, the 22-year-old with ball in hand. He's an apprentice welder. Oh, good technique, but a slow lift, and Velden van Wyk easily has it snatched away from in front of him. Great contest from Gardens, not just at scrum time, but at the lineouts as well. And now Tame with ball in hand. Big, strong run. He got the ball away as well to Mart. And it's been snatched away by Velddrif all of a sudden.
Now backwards play.
Backwards is the call, and accelerating is Chirwa. Chirwa almost finding a way. Just outside the Gardens 22-meter line here. Velddrif on the attack as they have been for the entire match thus far. Another advantage coming the way of Velddrif. Oh boy.
Cappy, timing was fine. Cappy, We just had one there above the sternum. It's the second one. We need to lower, but you go in.
Yellow card for the old-timer, the 40-year-old Andy Lemart, making his way to the touchlines.
Yeah, referee Dylan Franca, I think he's got the call right above the sternum. You can see it's like a clothesline. Oh, what a hit on David Lewis. Big Ben Lewis took it like a man. They usually do at club rugby level. It's incredible, the athleticism for some of these older folk on the pitch. I mean, that's a huge hit for a 40-year-old Andy Lemar.
I don't know, the older I get, the younger he seems in terms of 40, spring chicken. Fabio Africa. Africa! Flags raised, first points on the board, Velddrif lead.
Yeah, discipline will be key in this game, and great to see points are easier to take in this game as well. The wind was incredible, blowing from right to left, and it's just an absolutely perfect day today in terms of weather.
Long kickoff this time, making sure they don't make the same mistake twice, Gardens, and the clearance falls to Africa. He's just put those points on the board as a touch before touch. We're about to find out. Line out Gardens.
The general Faber Africa, vice captain, controlling the game nicely for Velddrif.
Barnes, not exactly straight on the outside shoulder. Yeah, we're going back for that one.
Can we option scramble line out? Line out.
This is a great contest here from the captain, Goliath. Good work as well from Snyder's, getting his first start of the tournament.
Inauspicious work at line-out time from both sides. It's going to end in a scrum for Gardens, which they'll feel confident that they can secure the ball on the back of. They've got a yellow card off the field as well, Gardens, so the time ticking away, no problem for them.
Yeah, no problem for them. They were able to contest, but this time absolutely nowhere. The lift behind there, Antonio Williams. Didn't hear to see the discussion between himself and the captain. Goliath did well with the contest, couldn't take his own ball. That inconsistency will be frustrating for the pack.
Point. 6.
Marvin Comfort scored the only try in their opening match against Saldanah. Just look at the power of this Gardens scrum. It's irresistible stuff. The penalty advantage waiting as well. Comfort to clear from the base. Garden with a free play, and the forward pass comes. We'll go back to the penalty. Tunzi, danger bells have got to be ringing in that scrum of Velddrif.
Yeah, 100%. They'll be feeling it now, Velddrif, and what it does, it gets the forwards into the game. It becomes a very difficult battle in the heat when you've got a forward pack that just wants to go forward, even on defense. So they've chosen to go for the points here with Paulman, Gardens, but their scrum, winning the arm wrestle, incredible technique, and it's unison as well, pushing through. Let's take a look at it. Marvi Camphor feeds nicely, it's perfectly timed as well. Incredible work on this close side. Rontas, Lovemore together with Bells, Likante Tame for Gardens. Converted in the wind beautifully, bent it like Beckham, Pullman, but unfortunately those two penalty conversions not enough for Gardens.
Clean strike, it's bounced off the poles from Pullman. And now Velddrif have the chance to counter possibly a broken defensive line of Gardens, but they've covered up that side of the field, and Velddrif have numbers out to the right. Can they utilize their opportunity? Holding on to the ball slightly too long perhaps, and Gardens able to pick up on possession. Gardens have the ball. Comfort gets it away. Gardens have numbers out to the right now, still keeping it tight just like Velddrif did. Can they exploit the gaps on the outside? Powering forward, Sesetu Hans. Here is Comfort. They go right again, do Gardens short hands, but this time Velddrif have the players out there, almost intercepted.
Close, really close for Chado Blau. Getting his first start of the Super 8 tournament. Can't believe it, knows how close it was. Got to take advantage of your overlap.
Go boys, go forward, let's go! One down.
Crouch. Fine. Sit.
Big scrum here for Gardens. You know they have the advantage going into it. The feed comes from Marvin Comfort, but this time Gardens going slightly lateral before going forward. Have they kicked it to the opposition? Tremendous stuff. What a turnaround of offense. Velddrif breathe a sigh of relief. Mtunzi, you played the game at a professional level. What would the scrum coach say to you at half-time after that?
No, absolute frustration, especially when one of those loose forwards isn't going to be able to have good enough footwork. Tight Five has done their work. They're huge scrum again from Tame and Rontes Lavmo.
Taking his time, Pedro Barnes feeds the back of the line out as Captain Ryan Olifant can't handle, but it's a free kick to Gardens.
I believe the call from Dylan Franco there is players coming in, so it was a numbers issue here.
No infringement. You just kick the ball
Yeah,
through.
2 players coming out of the line out there, 2 scrum halves before the throw have been caught by the jumping player.
There it is. What a motto, Mtunzi.
Yep, if God before us, who can be against us? Gardens all the way from Utenay. A proud, proud family club.
Fine.
Sure about the second part of that
Sit.
statement. My Gardens club, they never lose. If they lose forever.
No, not at all. You can see them fighting here in this game. Should have seen the fight they had against Saldanah on home side.
Big match on day one, and now they're breaking blind. Comfort trying to get away from the tackle. Velddrif recover. Desperate situation, still driving for the line. An advantage to the team in green. They're in striking distance now. They get it away to their hooker, Barnes, who can't handle. Here's the captain, Olifant. He's had a tough time so far. Driven back, Pullman gets it away. Easy as you like in the end for Gardens. The pressure pays dividends, and it's time to celebrate.
Celebrations. The defensive line wasn't organized enough there. Buten Pullman finishes off. It was a huge hit on the captain, Faber, Africa, but no one was coming up with Africa for Velddrif there. And Pullman is a skillful 10, loves playing with ball in hand, loves expressing himself. You can see shifting the ball to his right hand, fending with the left under the post. Buten Pullman.
Pullman hit the posts earlier on, slides it through the posts now. 7 points to 3 Gardens lead.
It's a good try as well. Remember, Andy Lemart, one of the experienced players, is off the pitch. They've only got 4 players. There's the big hit. But unfortunately, he's come out of the line there. Velddrif number 22, Chris Chewa, and Pullman is too good for that. Oh, you gotta love rugby out here. And the Beskus is the Beskus.
Up it goes from Africa. landing at the knees of Gans. He did well under pressure to take that one. Solid hand from the number 8, and Gardens will begin from deep. Comfort sends one over the top. Not a great chasing line on this from Gardens. Velddrif have all the time in the world to initiate the counter-attack through Levi and Julies. He sends it to the left, and Velddrif didn't initiate that counter. It looked like Chad Blau taking a big hit there. The Gardens defensive line certainly in position now as Kundai makes a nuisance of himself. And Velddrif with plenty of initiative, but not much direction now on the outside. Charlie's having an opportunity. An advantage being played to Gardens. Gets a bit scrappy. We're going to go for a scrum down to Gardens. Bad news again for Velddrif.
Yeah, bad news. They've got the upper hand when it comes to scrum time, but this is Chilo Charlie's. So dangerous, loves counter-attacking the Poland under-21, but unfortunately just not finding much rhythm. And that's Grootbrak Rivier arriving. Stands already pretty full in the shade as well. Make sure you come down to the Transnet Saldanah Stadium. So much action, and it promises to be entertaining if day one was anything to go by.
Grootbrak coming at you out of Southwestern Districts Rugby. They won 38 points to 5 against Barberton on their opening day. Scrum time for Gardens, and they go to work again on Velddrif, controlling at the back this time. Sasetu Gans, the penalty advantage is there. They've got to find answers at scrum time to Velddrif to stop the rot. Under that penalty advantage, they play. Comfort gets it away and finds Ferreira. Comfort once more at the base of the ruck, clearing. Good work there from Gardens, especially Ronvich Lovemore, the 35-year-old who weighs 124, clearing out the ruck with every kilogram worth of that weight. Now this is good possession retention from Gardens, a couple of phases down, and this is what can happen. Khuda cuts through, gets the inside ball away, and it's looking good! It's looking real good for Marvin Comfort.
Oh, they love it in the stands. Great try. Second try of the tournament for Marvin Comfort. Great support line, utilizing the short space on the blind really beautifully. It was the talented 19-year-old Naven Guda. With that initial strike, it's a mismatch as well. He does so well to get through the half cap, looks left and right, sees Marvin Comfort there. Great acceleration from the scrummy. Excellent pass. Strong finish.
Pullman to make it 14 points to 3. He is successful, and Gardens extend their lead.
Only able to score one try against Saldanah on day one. There was crazy wind, and Marvin Comfort was that man. Gets another one here in game 2 versus Velddrif. What a try it was.
Velddrif to kick off again. Scored those 36 points in the last 2 SAFCOL. 58-36 it was. They'll be hoping to get that try scoring underway again. What a wonderful take that is by Elgin Charlies, Chilo Charlies to his friends. Cleared by Brandwin Smith. Away they go now, Velddrif in full flight. They've got a number on the outside if they can find him, but Chad Blau can't hold on. Backwards is the call. Referee Mr. Frank taking charge under challenging conditions here, with the game being so fast and loose.
Yeah, and look, when the game is like that, very difficult for you to level change on defense, be able to show the referee the right picture going below the sternum. We've seen referees on day one as well, a couple of yellow cards for high tackles. Here it is there, just a seatbelt tackle. It's not good enough. He had enough time to go low.
Just drop one out.
Levy's feeds the contest good, and it's just getting away from Velddrif here in the opening 20 minutes of the match. That's not a very Well-aimed kick, but the pressure on the chase was enough to throw off Cello Charlie's, and now the counter-attack is on. Johnson being chased down. Fine tackle that from Fabio Africa. Natal gets it away. Players in support for Gardens everywhere they look. Great play from Gardens. And onto the outside they go via Pullman. Now they're straightening their lines. Players waiting on the other end of the field for Gardens with their hands up, ready to go. Ferreira charging up into the first channel. Gardens can send it wide if they want via Natal. He moves it to Olifant. Olifant is getting some tough passes here today, the captain. He'll have some words to say to his teammates at halftime. Oh, gentle grabber from Litlante Tame, showing that the skills go from 1 to 15.
Oh, they sure do. What a stanza of play that was. All players getting involved, and you can see it's that kind of rugby that's allowing them to visit the opponent's 22 6 times. They've already capitalized twice, and Velddrif having to make quite a few tackles, but that stat will be very worrying. You cannot be missing more than 30% of your tackles.
Missing 1 in 3, yeah. It's not what the coaches will be looking for. Coach of Velddrif today, Andre Nero, the coach of Gardens Rugby Club, the pride of Uitenhage, or Uitenhage, to those who live there, of course, Leon Nicolai.
In fact, Velddrif Rugby Football Club defending the Bergrivier Mayoral Cup later today.
Crouch.
So quite a good team.
Point.
They'll be keen to get back into this game.
Sit.
The feed to the scrum once more from Comfort. Look at the pressure being applied by Gardens. It's erupted at the front, but another penalty advantage comes the way of the boys in green. Gans gets it off the back. Good movement in the back line from Gardens. They're striking fear now. Pullman drops the hammer. Held up by his opposite number. Now down to ground. Right on the brink of it of Gardens. Comfort has players going left and right. The dummy and go from the captain, Olifant, and he's brought down short of the line. Comfort again, digging in. Velddrif spreading across the field. Can they continue to make their first time hits? Turning the screws here, Mtsinzi.
I think that was Jingles Bonaparte in the stands there, suffered a little bit of an injury.
Not a bad place to suffer an injury when you're on a bit of a road trip for the Easter weekend. You can just kick your feet up and enjoy the fish in Saldanah.
Best fish in Africa. Fish in Saldanah. Yeah, what a game Jingles Bonaparte had in game 1. Couple of players not seeing here. Paula Wellman as well, the number 8, starting 9, Lewin Meyer. So great to see that the coaches were able to get some squad players in there and not looking too bad. Sesetu Gans in his first game, the number 8. Joining that open side flank position. Is it because maybe Ryan Olifant will pick and go? They do have a very good scrum, especially through the Litlante Tame on the close side shoulder. It's getting underneath Antonio Williams too easily.
Destruction at scrum time again, but Velddrif holding their shape, so no penalty as yet, but there it comes. Time after time. This time they're going to keep it in. In fact, Olifant can't. Comfort is in.
You don't see that often. You don't see that often. On their feet, round of applause to Gardens. Great control as well at the back of that scrum from Marvi Camphor, but it was his captain, Ryan Olifant, Shumi Olifant. And 2 tries in 1 game. Only try for Gardens in their first game. Look at the control from Ryan Olifant. It's brilliant, but it's the tight 5 that deserves the reward. Almost like a maul try, that scrum.
It just goes to show why so many scrums choose to collapse instead of keeping your shape and being driven back, because it's a guaranteed try.
Some of those techniques, dark arts, some of the things some of the experienced players will be very well aware of, rather just bring it down. But then again, Paul Stubbs, you are at risk of receiving a yellow card. So they will stick, although they've given away the try. Remember, you could also give away the penalty try there as well. So a couple of options. At least they do have 15 players still on the pitch.
As do Gardens now as well. Got a yellow card early on in the match to Andile Mart. Back to the full complement. Tough kick this for Pullman. Flat trajectory. He hits the post, and this time it's in. Gardens, what a performance here in the first half. 3 tries to none. 21 points to 3.
They've got some support here, number, Gardens, and the control is excellent from the captain. I mean, his body's basically halfway down, still controls it with one of his feet, makes it easy for Marvi Kempfer.
Improvised kickoff from Velddrif now, and running onto the ball was Fabio Africa, but they just can't string together 2 good things. It's a scrum to Gardens, and we all know what that means.
Long day at the office in this heat. They've got to start giving Antonio Williams a little bit of support. Seems like Lucky Snyders is okay on his side. He's up against Rontes Lovemo, but that's what it's all about. Come out with your camp chairs, your cooler box, some wonderful refreshments, all ages. It's a family affair out here in Saldanah. Some people camera shy.
Crouch. Fine. Sit.
Marvin Comfort feeds the scrum. Powering forward, the green jerseys, wheeling around the corner, and the penalty advantage comes their way. You've got to wonder if Ryan Oliphant has been shifted to the number 8 because he has greater control with the feet in that position. Committing 2 defenders with a solid run as Kerwin Caesar. So full of confidence now, Gardens, every time they head into a contact situation. Donlik Natal taking a couple of them on. Comfort gets it away. Spread by Caesar. Good ball placement. Looks like Ferreira going to ground and cleared by Comfort. Gain working the right-hand side of the field. Tame trying to hold on. Velddrif need to find a way to get their hands onto this ball in open play. Maybe target those jackals. Stay away from the set pieces, the scrums and the lineouts, because they are struggling at both. The kick over the top, not very well directed. And this time it should be easy for Chilo Charlies to get on that.
Good defensive chase. Give Chilo Charlies no options. Loves a counter-attack. Looks the part as well. Chilo Charlies. Got Shadow Blau as well. Back 3 so dangerous but difficult for them when Gardens are enjoying 70% almost of possession, 64% of territory.
Long dropout, wisely so by Africa. They need to start winning one of the battles, territory or possession. Good solid tackle from the man who cleared the lines as well. Africa playing it on the ground surely. Spotted by referee Frank.
He's the enforcer, Weldon van Beek. Wasn't in the squad on game 1, Weldon van Beek, so you have a little more spark than most of the players who really struggled in the wind. Games were quite long, there was a lot of scrummaging, a lot of lineouts. And, well, it looks like Buton Polman will be backing himself here to go for the 3-pointer. Give his players a little bit of a rest. They're enjoying most of the ball, and they're enjoying it in a good territorial position. So it's good point scoring opportunities for Gardens. And Polman says, let's just have a little bit of a rest, guys.
Went to Western High School, did Polman, so he's a man of the region. Well, of course, the rest of the Gardens team hails from the Eastern Cape area. Polman. Clean hit from the number 10, and the flags are raised again. It's a celebration for Gardens in the first half, but they'd be wise to keep their eyes open because Velddrif came back from a great number of points down in the first half in their opening match against Safcol, scoring 36 points in spite of absorbing all of those tries all the way through. Let's see if they can get on it here today.
In fact, was at halftime 24 points to 8 with Velddrif. They were able to score almost 30 points in that second half against a very powerful Safcol side.
Taken in by Sesetu Gans. Comfort clears. Gardens brimming with confidence. Pedro Barnes scarcely making a mistake with ball in hand as well. Phase after phase, challenging this Velddrif defense and finding gaps as well. Lucien Johnson cuts inside. He might just be able to go. Boy! Johnson deals with the defender, gets it away. Gardens still on attack, and Velddrif scrambling. Another defender laid waste to it on the outside. It's going to be a try for Khura.
Yeah, they're loving it. They are loving it out there. They'll be worried as well, the youngster. Navin Huda, his brother, not in the side today, but made a difference when he came off the bench on day one for Gardens. And, well, what a finish this was. Incredible from Palu Johnson, who did look like he was going to go all the way. Direct, huge carry. The boss is full. And then good work from inside center. Cohen Caesar, who played outside center and finds Gooda. What a one-handed finish.
Looks like that's where the trouble with the shoulder started with that one-handed finish. Need to study at the Dihan van der Merwe School of Finishing, or perhaps the Edwil van der Merwe School of Finishing.
Yeah, what a legend of the game. Edwil van der Merwe. Navin Gooda, as being 19 years old, turns 20 this year. Definitely be looking at Van der Merwe's highlights reel. What a finish it was. Putting his body on the line as well with that one-handed finish. Hopefully it's not too bad. That shoulder still getting attention on that far corner.
Tough one this for Buton Pullman.
He's good. He's good.
Well, the trip down from Uitenhage was well worth it so far. Tries galore in game one. 31 points to 3 after 30 minutes in game two, and this is the finish of the try once more.
Yeah, great work from Cohen Caesar to put away Navin Gooda. Puts his body on the line.
Up and about, Gooda still feeling that shoulder. Unfortunate, he's clearly not going to take any further part here today. Fabio Africa gets us underway. It's into the welcoming arms of Ryan Oliphant. Not really executed to perfection, that kickoff, not giving the Velddrif players a chance to rush up and put pressure on Gardens, who have spent so little of the game in this half of the field. The kick upfield invites Velddrif to counter-attack again, but they've been shut down every time they've tried. Velden van Beek looking to change that narrative, and now running onto the ball was Charlies. Charlies gets it away under pressure to Goliath. Captain of Velddrif, Goliath, goes to ground, and under pressure, Velddrif able to recycle that ball as they so seldom have been able to today. Macherman into the contact. Smith gets it free, long pass that away to Chirwa, and now trying to accelerate on the outside. Africa fires a flat ball. Coming back for a penalty advantage. You can hear the frustration in the crowd as Velddrif failed to make their moves stick. And all the celebrations have been on the Gardens side of life thus far. But the traveling fans from just up the coast in Velddrif, about 2 towns down, just beyond Paternoster, is where you'll find the town of Velddrif.
I know it's quick, but we need to dip. That was the penalty for. We had the general warning. We have now 2 again. They need to get lower. Not. If you directly on the ball, but there was contact before you attack the ball.
Matthew Cardlesser coming on to replace the injured Navin Gooda, who scored that try. The 19-year-old financial advisor getting over in the corner and then making his way from the field. And here is the tackle height that has been the focus of non-professional rugby, especially this year, a tightening of the rules.
And it looked like Andy Lemart again there. Such a hard man. Andy Lemart playing in his first game of the Saldanah Super 8 Easter Festival. And of course, everything to play for in this fixture. The winner of this game will be playing in the cup final. Loser of this game will be playing in the plate final. But we'll have a look at that as, of course, the selectors try to match the teams up correctly against each other. So we'll wait for confirmation of all of that information and share it with you on the last game. So far though, Gardens with a 28-point lead. Velddrif have to make it count now.
Feed to the line out comes. It's never looked secure coming from the team in blue, and Levy sees his throw in snatched away again. Hacked downfield by Pullman, and now Velddrif have to start from deep, and he's in trouble already, is Chilo Charlies. He's done well in the end, but they can't hold on to the ball. Blau blows it. Gardens on the counter-attack. The kick over the top is a wise one. They're running onto this one. It could just fall for Gardens, but the bounce takes it away from everyone. Velddrif are at sea.
That was Marvy Camphor with the chase there. He knows he was close. He's hungry for tries. Sitting with the brace already, looking for that hat-trick hero moment. Marvy Camphor.
In over the top. Finally, Velddrif somehow, some way managed to get a line-out ball back to their backline players, and they immediately initiate the counter-attack. And you can see just how much they love to run. Blau cuts the line wide open now, finds support, does not draw the defender in so doing though. In fact, it's Blau taken to ground. Quick recycle of the ball. Velddrif have numbers out to the right if they can make use of them. Cutting back onto the inside. Placing it back is Andre Fouchier. Still some dodgy handling from Velddrif, but Van Veek tries to make it good. He passes to the outside. It's all a bit desperate, and Smith gets smoked into touch, cutting back inside with good feet. Macherman with the steps. Macherman is going, dealing with defenders, the big front ranker. He's down on the 5-meter line. This is a massive opportunity for Velddrif. They send it out to the left where there's numbers galore. They've absolutely got to score. Chilo Charlies sends it outside, and they're cruising over the line. Marvin Slinger.
Great finish from Marvin Slinger. Played on the left wing in day one, the technologist. That's why he can finish in those wide channels so nicely. That's his first try as well of the tournament. Great hands, good work as well by the heavyweights, the forwards, and then just giving the ball air. Brilliant spin passes all the way to the wide channel, and Slinger, easy enough, trots over the try line. All that work done on the inside, and the coach will be so happy with a try like that.
A challenging kick. The flags. The late race. What a kick from Africa. It's his daddy's birthday, and he's going to make him happy.
Yeah, great joining of the line here. Chilo Charlies and then Marvin Slinger, easy as you like.
All ages. Never too early to start loving rugby. The kick is up and away from Buton Pullman. Taken in there by David Lewis. And here is Chilo Charlies, who's getting involved more now. Velddrif clearly having raised their confidence levels after getting their first 7-pointer. 21 points between the teams now. It's time for them to start striking back. Less than 3 to play till halftime. Gonna have to show tremendous conditioning in this heat as well. Here's the big man, Andre Fouchier, 119 kilograms, 2 meters tall. Not even a professional rugby player. He's just a fisherman. Phil Goliath on the charge.
Maybe that's why they call him Slap Chips. Fouchier, he was really good in game one as well. Man of the match for the Velddrif side, if anything.
Flat ball that to Pedro Barnes. And the pickup from the base comes from Lovemore. Gardens on the attack again. This is not what Velddrif fans want to see. Weighing up his options, Tame pops one over the top, the front ranker. Can't find his supporting players. They've been ferocious at the breakdown of Gardens. It really has disrupted Velddrif's play with the scarce possession, which they have achieved, and now the player isolated on the ground. Gardens opportunist losing his feet, and Velddrif will have possession. Kick to touch comes from Fabio Africa.
Been looking really good, loose forward for Gardens. Litante Bells, Tame. He's just so good to watch when he's got ball in hand. It was him with that basketball pass over the top.
Backwards.
Club rugby, you just never know. In fact, he's scrummaging really well also, which has been the big foundation for this Gardens team. I mean, take a look at this in the loose. This is club rugby. One hand dummy. Oh, man, come on.
Velddrif on the attack. Outside defense for Gardens remains strong. The kick over the top could present trouble every time because Velddrif commit to their attacks wholeheartedly. Only one man in position. Cello's Charlies makes his tackle. Tremendous stuff as Johnson couldn't get there. Oh, this is riveting rugby.
Expressing themselves now, aren't they? Paul Stubbs really throwing the over ball around beautifully. Nice little grubber through here. Insane chase. Palu Johnson holds on to a Cello Charlies. What a try-saving tackle. Keeps busy as well. Makes it difficult for Natal to get a good connection.
Nothing Cello's about that man. Cello Charlies getting back to make a crucial tackle to close out the half, and the halftime whistle has indeed blasted from referee Dylan Franke. Gardens in full control, but they will be troubled by the resurgent Velddrif towards the end of that first half. The scrum battle was massive. In the lineouts, they disrupted on defense and attack, and at the halftime break, there are 21 points separating the sides. It's Gardens leading 31 points to 10. It's a sun-shining day in Saldanah Bay, and what a match we have in match 2. It's Gardens who lead by 31 points to 10 at halftime, scoring a flurry of tries early on, but Velddrif coming back towards the end of that first 40 minutes, Mtunzi.
Yeah, so much action early on. Great start for Gardens here. Couple of the substitutes doing really well. Huge hit from the captain, but they does so well to offload, and then with some space and a disjointed defensive line, Burton Polman is too good.
Plenty of support for all the traveling sides here today in Saldanah Bay. What an attractive place to come to for your Easter weekend. And it was Gardens that continued Mtunzi with a try coming from their impressive number 9, Marvin Comfort.
Yeah, very, very impressive. He scored the only try in game 1, Marvin Comfort. There's the support you speak of. Paul Stubbs, fantastic turnout here at Transnet Saldanah Stadium. And the scrum, you mentioned, dominating. Incredible work from Belstame and Rontas Lovemore. And the patience from the captain at the back, Ryan Oliphant, is excellent for Marvi Comfort to finish.
2 tries for the number 9 in that first half, and Gardens were not done. They're just growing in confidence with every possession. You saw the defenders bouncing off of them and in the corner before going off injured. The teenager, 19 years of age, Naven Khuda.
Yeah, it was Cohen Caesar with the bounce there and then the offload. Great play to find Khuda, but this was heartbreaking for the coaches. Just after that, Velddrif attacked. Great build-up on the inside. Brilliant, silky smooth hands to get it out wide into those challenges, and Marvin Slinger finished nicely for Velddrif.
You see some more pointing of fingers from the Velddrif fans. They want more in the second half. Let's take a look at these numbers. What's standing out to you, Fudge?
Yeah, if they want more, they've had a few real good try-scoring opportunities, but those turnovers conceded just not at the right time. 7 handling errors as well. You look at the stats on Gardens, they've been much more precise, and most of the game played in that Velddrif half. In fact, 70% of the game played in that Velddrif half. So they'll need to play a better territorial game with not much wind as well. But downstairs, Warren Brosnian has got an interview for us.
I'm standing with Chilton van Wyk, Blitzbok, and Saldanah, ex-Saldanah player. Chilton, tell us how special it was to make your debut for the Blitzboks back in Dubai in 2021.
Hi, good afternoon. It was a privilege to play for the Blitzboks, or it is a privilege to play for the Blitzboks, and to make my debut in 21, it was so special. We did 1-2 gold medals as well that year, so it was a very special year to me, and it was a very special debut.
And your story is quite incredible. What is it? 2018, 2019, you played for Saldanah, the hosts of this tournament. You played for them in your first game on the Thursday night. You'd already been offered a contract to go play for Boland. How important was club rugby for you in your development as a Blitzbok?
I didn't think about any professional rugby at that time. I was just enjoying my rugby, come after school, come play for Saldanah, for my club, my hometown. And I just went out and played for me and my family, for my friends, and for the men above. So yeah, it was. I'm really grateful for this field and for this club as well.
Absolutely amazing. Now a Blitzbok, and actually I think your bags are packed. I think you're getting on the airplane tomorrow. You've got the Hong Kong Sevens coming up. How's the squad looking for the upcoming tournament?
Our squad is very excited. We did practice. We had 3 weeks of training at camp, but it was awesome. It was an awesome 3 weeks of training. But I'm very excited for the boys for next weekend. Cannot wait to play again.
We can't wait to watch, and I've got to ask you, I mean, you fly tomorrow. Are you going to be here for your Saldanah team to watch them play against Safcol?
Yes, of course. I will watch my boys today. I will back your boys, always.
Thank you very much. Chilton van Wyk, SA Blitzboks legend.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you. That's Chilton van Wyk. And we've got the second half just about to kick off. Again, Gardens against Velddrif. Can Gardens carry on with their early dominance, although Velddrif did look like they were coming back in the second half? 31 points to 10, the scoreline.
Transnet Saldanah Super 8. It is bigger and better, according to the organizers this year. The brainchild of Bertram Frachom, the director of the tournament. And what a tournament it has turned out to be since its inaugural edition in 2019. Remember those times? 2019, before those other times. So 2 years taken off in 2021 and 2020 for reasons we all know. Keeping these fans away from these good times. Cruel, cruel turn of events that was. But we are back in full effect, people. Look at it. If you got moves like that, get on down to the Transnet Saldanah Stadium and enjoy the action live. As you can see, it's a sun-shining day. Mtunzi, how's your experience of Saldanah been so far?
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. A slight breeze as well, just to keep you cool. Stunning beaches. Stunning history as well. The fish is just absolutely amazing. So many small towns crowd by just up the road, and it's so easy to see so many things. Kwantu, a sand spirit place just up the road as well. So much to see. I cannot wait to travel around here tomorrow. Driving in here today on a beautiful day like this, it was just, I mean, I'm jealous for all those who are still on the beach. They will be coming later, make no mistake. Love supporting Saldanah Rugby Football Club. They're playing later, and of course Saldanah, the home of sea harvest. No wonder. I mean, Velddrif itself is named Lie Black, a name given to them because of how good the fish deliveries have been from there. So it's all about fish, and it's all about this rugby festival. They absolutely love their rugby here. Pokoms, what a call there at Velddrif. And I mean, you saw how important this tournament is for all the players and the coaches, the referees. Shilton van Wyk discovered at this very tournament, on his way to the Hong Kong Sevens, the Blitzbok, who Warren Brosnian had a lovely conversation with at halftime.
One sweet day, Mtunzi, or the 10 the Hong Kong Sevens. One sweet day. Not as a player. Up it goes from Fabio Africa. Impressive in the number 10. He's seen most of the play for Velddrif, who saw precious little of the ball in that first half, except towards the final 10 minutes of the half when they came into prominence. Perhaps a harbinger for what's coming in the second 40 minutes as they put in their best performance on day one in those second 40, losing the second half by just 30 points to 28 against Safcol in a 58 points to 36 loss. Over the top it goes from Marvin Comfort. Hanging up for Chillos. He can't get there, and it's still in the hands of Gardens. There's a try on here if they want it. It's Nell applying some pace. The inside ball is an absolute belter to Butin Pullman.
Started the second half like they started the first half, but now they're a little bit warmed up. What a counter-attack from Gardens. Second try for Butin Pullman. Incredible work from Dwayne Nell. Great little fend to release that right arm, and the one-handed offload is top-notch. Pullman does really well to keep working on the inside here. After the pass follows, it does well to handle and put down.
He attended Western High School just 11 kilometers up the road, a 13-minute drive from this very stadium. Butin Pullman unsuccessful this time. You see the breeze starting to build up just slightly, having an effect on that kick. It had a big effect on the first day's proceedings. It starts blasting towards the afternoon and evening here in Saldanah.
And so far, though, conditions have been okay for some incredible running rugby. Pullman finishing a fantastic try for Gardens there.
After another try having been absorbed, Africa sends it long. Well measured this time. Velddrif able to get up and put pressure on the recipient, taking it into contact. Liklante Tame. Played in the Varsity Shield, has Tame, the number 1 jersey for Gardens, who are now protecting the ball to clear from the base. To Marvin Comfort, they play a very well-structured game, do Gardens, but struggling to get the distance on those box kicks in the second half that they did in the first, but somehow they've come up with possession again. Get to ground well, they set that ruck, quick recycle ball for Comfort, he sends one over the top again, nobody in position as Chilo Charlies is up in the line, and Velddrif find themselves under pressure, having to get down and pick it back up, the captain Phil Goliath.
He's done so well to keep tracking back there. It didn't look like there was a fullback or right winger back there, so the captain knew what to do and he's allowed his side to clear.
Doing a flanker's work, that is a spectacular kick. Bouncing end over end out into chats just ahead of the 22-meter line of Gardens. Well, with that breeze at their back, Mtunzi, Velddrif are going to have to make use of it here in the second half.
Some substitutes as well coming onto the pitch now. Junaid Jangchis and Tilano Dietrich started at inside center in that first game against Safis.
Pedro Barnes feeds the line out perfectly straight. Andile Mart, the 40-year-old, getting up to contest. Good step after some pressure on Pullman. Manages to get up to the game line, set the ruck for Gardens, and each player playing with a great deal of responsibility in their game. Andile Mart with the dummy, he takes it into contact. Gardens set the ruck again, they've got an advantage coming their way. They know precisely what they're doing with the rugby ball every time it comes into their possession. The pick and go from Craig Ferreira, the one they call Spiky, and now comes Olifant. Clearing from the base has come for Don Lick Natal. Can't hold on.
I like this from Gardens, although they've got a commanding lead of 26 points. They must be teeming with confidence. And Tame, what a game he's had. Zana comes onto the pitch for him, Winston Zana. But Bells Tame, what a performance in the loose, really good. His scrummaging really allowed Gardens the platform to get a foothold on this game and just keep scoring points.
Two props that Gardens have on the bench. Some startling numbers. 1.4 meters, 117 kgs. The other 1.44, 115. Unusual body shapes. They'll be looking to put further pressure at scrum time. In it comes from Barnes. The contest, the attempted hack through. It's chaos in the middle there. Here's Pullman. Steps into the halfback role, gets it away to Lovemore, has to juggle to hold on to that one, and cutting back inside of the broken tackle. Too many missed tackles from Velddrif today. They were missing a third of their tackles in the first half. Untenable stuff for any rugby side. Spreading it wide now, our Gardens to the outside, Nell, and over the top it goes. Well-measured kick. They are playing this game to perfection.
Yeah, it's great. It's a multi-dimensional approach. That's what I like about it. We've seen some pick and goes from them. Spiky Ferreira and Andy Lemart working really well to get there. 13 visits to the opponent's 22. That's the kind of rugby they're playing, a very good territorial game and possession game.
Youngster, 21 years of age, Aiden Stevens. Snatched away by Gardens. It's been chaos at scrum and line-out time for Velddrif throughout the match so far, and they've put themselves under huge pressure here. 5 meters out from their own line. Gans tackled backwards. Backwards is the call, and it's cleared by Comfort away to Pullman. Dodgy pass, bouncing in front of his supporting player. But still Gardens hold on to possession. Pullman stepping in at halfback once more. Comfort filling in at fly-half. Velddrif getting off the line quickly. Gardens looking short of ideas just for a moment there, but they're back into their flow now, or are they? As Gardens can't hold on. Can Velddrif take advantage here? They have no overlap to speak of, but if they head back to the right, they've got numbers that way. Well, forget about the numbers. They're going to charge straight forward with Antonio Williams. The knock on. Scrum to Gardens.
Yeah, just throwing caution to the wind a little bit, Velddrif, but this is where the mistake happened for Gardens. Bucks Barnes. Just can't hold on to it, but picked up really nicely by Antonio Williams, and then it was him who carried it into contact. They needed to build maybe one or two more phases on the counter-attack, unable to take advantage, Velddrif, and that'll be the day for Antonio Williams, who's been substituted here. Believe it would be Estefan Gordon, Loosehead, who's on the bench.
Well, Antonio Williams, who's coming off the field, is 140 kilograms behind his name, but in spite of that, could not be the anchor that this Velddrif scrum needed. And can they find more joy with some changes against a dominant scrum in green? Let's see how it goes right here, right now, under the watchful eye of our referee, Dylan Franke. Still under pressure, but quickly out the back and freed by Brandwin Smith. Velddrif cough up the ball, and Natal looks for the counter.
Yeah, you can see the frustration from Jibo Chirwa. He's been so good. Chilo Charlie's with that try-saving tackle, and on attack always linking up nicely with his wingers. Faber, Africa, it's a proper pass. I mean, it is basically coming straight into the breadbasket, and he's just taken his eyes off of it to try scan where the defense is.
The talisman, the number 10, coming from the field, or is it not? In fact, it's Velden van Wyk, crowd favorite, clearly waving to the fans on his way off. Crucial that they keep the number 10 on Fabio Africa. He has been tremendous in a difficult task for Velddrif, but the real problem outside of their set pieces, they're dropping the ball.
Yeah, substitute for number 8, Big Ben Lewis as well. He's come off the pitch.
I think at 21 years of age, you need to stay on for the full 80 no matter what, in a team with 40-year-olds.
Yep.
Here come Gardens, waiting for that penalty advantage, which should surely be coming their way. It's an absolute tale of domination, cleared by Comfort. They've got runners in motion in the back line. Lucian Johnson in for the try. Gardens are running away with it.
Yep, the welder went to Campbell Street High School. Palu Johnson. What a line. Again, Velddrif, I don't think the defense is good enough for me here. As we take a look, great line. Brilliant work from Paulman, it must be said. It's deceptive. You don't really know what to expect. Good little dummy line on the inside, but step off. Brilliant, actually, that left fend as well to get through. Too much pace. Johnson.
Accuracy. Execution. Styles from the champions of Gqeberha, coming out of Uitenhage all the way down to Saldanah Bay and showing what they're made of here in their second match. Up and over, another successful kick from Gardens. But to be fair, Mtunzi, they showed what they were about in their first match, losing by just the 3 points to Saldanah with a late try.
It was a scrappy game, but here accuracy is spot on. Things are clicking nicely. They're unison, and they were hard done by in day one. Not here today.
The cruel reality of tournament rugby as well. You lose that first game, you're on a different track to the rest of the teams. Other teams are looking towards that cup final, and you're looking to make up the ground. Up and away from Fabio Africa. Taken in by the captain, Ryan Oliphant, the teacher. It's Comfort with that ruck set, plays it to the blind. They have a plan with every phase of play that they engage in Gardens, but this time the plan goes slightly wrong. Velddrif have a window of opportunity here in Mtunzi. They've got to hold on to this ball.
Yeah, if they're going to make a comeback, this is a very, very important scrum here now. They need to switch on. Some words of encouragement from their big captain, Phil Goliath, who loves leading from the front. And Gardens had so many knock-ons. Play was disjointed. It was difficult for them to get organized, but Captain Shumi Oliphant has been excellent for this Gardens side, leading the way with their general Buten Polman beautifully in this fixture.
Brandwin Smith feeds the scrum, gets it away to his inspirational Fly of Africa, dragged down in the midfield. Christian Chiwa, who was on a good angle but well monitored. Julies is in at first receiver. Here's Chilo Charlies on the outside, occupying a couple. He's had a good game today in a difficult effort for the Velddrif players.
Yep. 10 handling errors, just the 3 from Gardens. And I think the frustrating thing, Paul Stubbs, is that it happens at a time where they really need to start holding on to the ball to piece together some play. You mentioned they were able to score 28 points in the second half against Safis, the current Saldanah Bay Easter Tournament champions. And the problem with all those knock-ons is that it's Gardens who have the upper hand, winning the arm wrestle comfortably at scrum time. So every time they knock the ball on, they're able then, Gardens, to change just a scrum to a potential penalty, which allows them a territorial gain.
All good reasons to never become a coach in the game of rugby. Gardens dominant at scrum time. Velddrif hold their own this time. No penalty coming off the back of that, but how can they defend their lines as well in the opposition territory here? And Gardens looking to run from deep in these first 2 phases. Here's Oliphant. He finally breaks the tackle, looking for that offload. Good quick ball for Swartz. Played away by Comfort. How good has he been, the number 9? And how about this hooker, Pedro Barnes, powering for
Look at that. He's got a little smile. He knows I'm putting my side on the front foot. We're playing high tempo ruggers. And I want a Joel, man. I want to have a Joel, man. Come on. Look at these little cheap shots and things. Look at that. He's like, come on, man. No more pick and goes. That's great to see. Marvy Kampa.
To you guys from the tight 5 from Tunzi, always trying to get your hands on that ball.
Loving it.
Yeah, the traveling support is second to none here for this Saldanah Easter tournament. It really is something to behold. No spaces in the hotels here in Saldanah. You'll have to find space in a surrounding town, but still not so far to travel to get to Saldanah. The beauty of the West Coast, just a number of towns up the coast. Paternoster, Velddrif and beyond. Vredenburg, which was amalgamated with Saldanah back in the 70s. And at every single place, you'll find great fish. Africa gets it in the number 10. Forward by Dietrich, who's onto the field. Over the top it goes from Chilo's Charlie. Well fielded at the back, but they're under pressure here, Gardens. Chilo Charlie's coming for the ball. Fighting on the ground is Comfort. Oh, he's everywhere, the number 9. Consolidating now, Gardens. The numbers eventually getting back. You see the conditions beating down on these players as well. After a day's action and a day's rest, there's only going to be increasing fatigue. That clearing kick into the wind, not going to go far enough, but not taken on the full. Allowing the ball to bounce did Macherman, and Gardens as a result are on the counter-attack. Try scorer Johnson in possession. It all happened there on the ground. In the end, it's going to be a scrum to Velddrif.
Palu Johnson was a little bit of a difficult offload for the support to take. And cleaned up. Almost could have given away a penalty there playing it on the ground, but they did have the advantage to the knock-on anyways. So dangerous. Really enjoying this game. It was quite a quiet game for the wingers in their first fixture. Gardens A really low-scoring game as well. The final game yesterday, 14 points to the host Saldanah and 11 to Gardens.
Have to get that ball out quickly. Velddrif, they've failed to. It's a tight head, and here come Gardens on the outside. Comfort really looking for more gaps. He scored 2 tries already, seeking a hat-trick. His fitness absolutely tremendous in these conditions. Gardens now committing those inside defenders. You don't have to just pass the ball out wide. You can make sure you suck in the defenders and create those gaps for the future phases. On the outside now, flicking one back in. A penalty advantage waiting. It's all the side from Uitenhage.
Really good scrummaging as well from the substitutes for Gardens. Diego Rousseau playing in his first game now for them. And Ashley van Ooy, number 4 for Velddrif's on the pitch. Discipline has been pretty decent in this fixture. Both sides will be quite happy with giving away just 5 penalties with almost 60 minutes gone. Playing in his first game as well, Lonwabo Mayedwa, number 23 for Gardens, has found a decent touch there. So I believe Van Ooy, who's got a number 4 on his back, can also play wing. Don't be confused by that number on the back if you see some magic from him.
Lock/wing. Only in club rugby. Diego Rousseau feeds the line out and Swartz takes it clean. Can they set the rolling maul here? There's an advantage again being played to Gardens. There's absolutely no momentum right now. So forced to clear from the base was Lewis. Oh, what a ball for Natal! Not KwaZulu, just Natal.
They're on fire. Aside from Uitenhage, Donlik Natal gets his first try of the tournament. Been really good at fullback for Gardens. When he joins the line, very tough to stop. Substitute Llewellyn Lunison there. What a well-worked try. Brilliant little dummy. Turns to the defense. You don't see that every day. Oh, excellent. Lonwabo Mayedwa in his first game, not wasting any time to express himself. And that's how to celebrate Natal.
Still. Unbelievable scenes. Mayedwa seeing a chance to fancify on your World of Champions. Unleash it, son. Over it goes, the flags are raised, they're running free Gardens. What a game. Great try for Natal. We thought he was the star of the show until we saw the slow motion replay and we realized somebody else needed to get those flowers. And his name is Lonwabo Mayedwa.
Ooh, how's that? Chucks it in the air. Oh, brilliantly timed run from Natal. It's no wonder he celebrates like this. CR7.
Off again, another restart coming from Fabio Africa, and well, doing very well to get underneath that ball. They needed a lot more of that earlier in this match, did Velddrif. The dedication to go for the 50-50 and get a couple to come back onto your side of life. Stay away from those set pieces, which have been such a problem. And can they do that now in this movement? Gordon goes to ground. Look at the depth of the back line here from Velddrif. Can they get onto the outside of that rush line? No, they're marked up on the outside as well as Jainchis looks for something. But Gardens there in number to monitor the replacement utility back. Cleared by Smith. Africa. A couple of phases being strung together. Haven't seen this too many times for Velddrif. Needs to get to ground quickly, the big number 1, Gordon. Another phase. This is just what the team in blue would want to see. Commit those defenders, create some gaps on the outside. Now drifting back in the opposite direction. They need someone to straighten the line here. That's just what they have as well. Quick ball needed for Smith. Smith digs in and gets it out. Now there's a slight overlap on the outside. Goliath cuts back inside. A try and 2 assists in their opening match for the big number 7. Sending it back the opposite direction. Now they're playing the game, Velddrif. Big pressure on Snyders, who gets man and ball. Cleared by Smith. Africa sees some space on the outside to work with. Cutting back inside, well tackled by 2 players, including Spiky Ferreira. Smith sends it the opposite direction. Good quick ball from Velddrif, but they're getting hit time after time. Zana involved this time around.
Well, that I think pretty much tells the story. They've been better this afternoon. Gardens almost a 92% tackle success rate, where Velddrif sitting at around 80%. So we do have an advantage. Another great performance by Rontes Lovemore.
Macherman with the tap and go for Velddrif. They need to get on the front. Oh, forget about the front foot. Forget about the front foot. They're on the back foot and they need to shift back onto the front. So that confirmation of the yellow card for Zana. It's 15 against 14. Can Velddrif take advantage here? Chilo Charlie's looking to create some space on the outside. He's brought to ground. It's Comfort. Oh, he's the cream of the crop, Comfort. Getting in over the ball, making the turnover. He's got 2 tries. He's shifted from 9 into the back line. He's still got breath in his lungs. A tremendous player for this Garden side, who are now trapped just outside their own try line once more. And it is replacement scrum half Lewis who's looking to marshal the troops. He wants somebody else to crash it up once more, create some more space to work with on that touchline. Craig Spiky Ferreira carries it forward. Some of the Velddrif players absolutely out on their feet. They've been giving a tremendous effort here in a losing effort. 40 points between the sides. Gardens under pressure. There's the man of the moment.
He's been so good. Marvy Camphor, when you've got a scrum half like that, it's so easy to play the multi-dimensional game plan that Gardens have come to this game with, mixing up nicely with the forwards and the backs.
Gordon feeds the line out. Pass disrupted brilliantly as well. Did not touch the ball. Oh, backwards is the call. Velddrif get away with that. And now Africa looking to unleash his backline. He's found Dietrich cutting through the line. Is Chilo Charlie's. And on the outside is Chirwa. And they get wrapped up through Dietrich. But right on the brink of it, cleared by Van Hooy, and in the opposite direction, Velddrif, who really wants this? The bouncing ball, they can still make it happen. They've got the extra man on the field. Got to hold on to the ball. Gordon goes to ground. Quick ball needed for Velddrif. Quick ball needed for Velddrif. Van Hooy disrupted by one of his forward players. Africa delays his pass, gets it out to Chilo Charlie's. The pass on the outside on the fingertips, cutting back inside, looking for something special. Junaid Jainchis still with possession. Can they make it happen here? Mandongana with ball in hand. Away now to Snyders. Snyders goes to ground. Gardens defense at this time of the match, absolutely tremendous.
Yes, please. Tony, option for offside, midfield hier, of daar op die 5. Bijna. Bijna gaan we een beetje verder weer. Hij is op die 5, ne? Hij is op die 5.
They'll rather take it from that point, but yeah, incredible effort of defense from Gardens.
Macherman with the tap and go. Interesting choice there from Velddrif to move that penalty further away from the posts, and now they set up the rack about 2 meters out from their opposition line. Van Hooy gets it away. They've got to hold on to the ball. Olifant snatches it away, and Gardens, a few mere seconds after that tap and go, back in possession and potentially able to clear their lines. Cardlesor carries into contact. Able to free is Lewis. Busting through the defense of Velddrif, and now the clearing kick comes. Hacked clear, and a great chasing line from Gardens as well. Taken in by Velddrif under tremendous duress, and out into touch. Hutting, Jachels. The frustration clear and justified.
Yeah, they've played enough rugby to get into the right areas to score points. But when you've got 18 open play turnovers conceded, it's a very, very tough day, especially when you've had a huge game against Safis, a 94-point game. You'll be quite tired out there.
Quality line out executed. Diego Rousseau hitting the mark. Now Velddrif's defensive line approaching well. Good aggression at the breakdown. It all comes to naught, however. Llewellyn Lewis thinks left, goes right. Gardens consolidating their position now, having been defending their line 2 meters out mere moments ago. Player down for Gardens in the background. So now they've effectively got 13 players on the field right now. Oh, and Velddrif, another shaky pass there to Chilo Charlies. There's too many mistakes in Tunzi, mistake after mistake for Velddrif today.
Yeah, and it's handling errors. So with handling errors, a couple of things you need to look at. Are the players coming from depth? Are they maybe too flat and they're under defensive pressure, which allows for those handling errors? Are the players not too far away? Maybe get a bit closer, get a little bit deeper. Allow the ball carrier enough time to deliver a pass accurately. But 11 handling errors. Gardens have done it really well. Their accuracy coming from depth. We saw the timing from the man from Solomon Mahlangu High School, Lonwabo Mayedwa, in his first game of the tournament, and he's on fire, you know. But that's how things look when timing is right. And dignitaries as well here, some VIPs chilling. Some wonderful buffet down there, some entertainment as well later on.
The place you want to be. Returning to the field now, presumably not as a specialist hooker, but as a specialist prop for Gardens. Pedro Barnes, presumably in the interest of keeping the scrums competitive after that injury to the Gardens player.
And remember Winston Zana off the pitch with a yellow card. He replaced Ronvik Lovemore, who was really great.
Well, well, well. Gardens, no matter what the conditions, a player coming off the bench, the first time of asking, dominant at scrum time, the penalty advantage, trying something on the outside in the back line. If they had cruelty in their hearts, they'd call for another scrum here, Gardens.
I mean, number 23, Lonwabo Mayedwa, is the tallest player on the pitch now, pretty much. But with some of his passes, he's also the most skillful player on the pitch. Oh, Llewellyn Lewis feeds. That's why Marvi Camphor has moved to wing, and you take a look at Matt Carlser as well, flanking there, the center, but that's the man dripping with skill from Solomon Mahlangu High School. And the 26-year-old also spent some time at the Griffins Academy week. And if you know anything about the Purple People Eaters, who are playing in the SA Cup now, they love chucking the oval ball around, and it's just always entertaining watching them, because you know a moment of magic is just about to happen somewhere.
Tremendous talent at youth rugby level as well, Griffins. Under 21's regular champions, of course, pulling from that Free State pool. It's a wonderful place to go and learn your trade. This is Llewellyn Lewis, opting for the 3 points from the penalty. Potentially. And now definitely. Lewis slides one through the posts. 53 points up for Gardens. Still the 10 for Velddrif. And still 15 against 14 as Gardens have a yellow card off the field for the second time this match. They have been supreme. We're in the final 9 minutes of the match now, and Velddrif have really obviously left themselves with far too much to do for victory here, but they need to get their minds right for the final match which they'll be playing at this tournament on Monday when we wrap it all up. Fabio Africa. Contestable kick down the center. They've been getting better on the measurement of those kicks at Velddrif. And the conditions can't be brought into question here today. The wind barely blowing to start this match off, slowly building through the match. There is a breeze now to think of. Ricardo Swartz on the carry, cleared by Lewis. always have numbers out wide, do Gardens, and options as a result. The inside pull to Mayedwa. He's involved in all good things for Gardens lately. Here's Lewis. Lewis under pressure from Chilo Charlies. Oh, Chilo Charlies with the turn.
He's been everywhere. Defensively and attacking, he's just been really good for Velddrif.
Tremendous player, the number 15, and now with the numbers on the outside, failing to draw that defender, but the pass to the outside, successful to Julies. A speculative kick downfield, and a fair bit of fatigue and evidence in that movement. But in terms of that's what it's all about, not the score. But the score does make you feel that way, let's be clear.
Yeah, they're loving it, the Garden supporters, all the way from Utenay, Gqeberha. 12-hour drive, those are the words from Marlon Lewis, former SA Under-19 player, coached here as well. His father, the president of Gardens, Johnny George, is so proud of this performance. And there's the naughty boy, Winston Zana, comes back onto the pitch. Let me not call him a naughty boy, he's a 36-year-old prop. Don't want to mess with him. 3 times league champion. They've also been in the Gold Cup as well. Won one of those, so a lot of history and legacy of winning, a winning culture there at Gardens. Great to see.
Tunzi, we'll have to get a clip of that and get you to break it down midweek on your own talk show. How not to do a line-out. Jumping in the middle there, Mandongana just didn't get the timing right about 3 times. Still stuck to the task, and they couldn't execute Velddrif. It's just so important to get those right. And you've got to train.
No, it is. It's all about timing. So many moving pieces. It's quite difficult to get the right sort of synchronization. And Vusumzi Mandongana, you know what I do like about the player who went to high school, Mtwaku High School, at least he's putting in effort. He's making it awkward for the hooker. He's busy at line-out time, and I think that's something that a lot of youngsters fail to do, is to just keep competing, you know, even if it looks awkward.
Feet to the scrum, good and quick by Van Hooy. He knows the task. He gets it out quickly as well to Africa. Africa on the loop, finds Chilo's Charlie. This guy's been tremendous. He gets his pass away to his number 10, Africa, who can't be faulted either. He's been everywhere. Van Hooy keeps it moving. Good quick ball for Velddrif, but that's their match in a nutshell. And Gardens have a chance to counter-attack, and they are desperately keen as well. The kick downfield is being chased by Nell. Very well fielded in the end by Chirwa. And Chirwa is met by some staunch defense in the personhood of Swartz. Now Africa gets it away. Good short ball from Williams, who's back onto the field for Velddrif. They have an overlap on the outside. Needs to draw and pass effectively, which they've struggled to do today. Cutting back on the inside and looking dangerous is the big man, Phil Goliath. Now dragged down to ground is Snyders. Snyders presents it. Van Hooy thinks left, goes right. Van Hooy looking for a gap of his own. He's been swallowed whole by Winston Zana. Now they have an opportunity on the blind side. Quick ball! Simple as that. The exuberance of youth. 19 years of age. No, in fact, it's Levi and Julies, the man they call Sticks, who's in for the try for Velddrif.
Levi Julies scored, got a really good try, show and go, mismatch. No ways the prop was going to be able to react to Sticks, Julies. And great to see that resurgence. Well, I can't really call it a resurgence, but never giving up Velddrif.
The assistant referee suffering in the heat here, just not feeling well and having to be replaced on the touchline there. Just goes to show how much energy must be expended by the players on the field.
Yeah, great try from Levi Julies. Good work from the captain, Goliath, who never gives up.
Tries galore in this match. The restart from Gardens, they go long, but they don't go contestable, and Velddrif, they're going to have to start from deep. 3 minutes to play in the game now, and Gardens have got that player all wrapped up. Most likely going to be seeing a scrum at the end of this. But if Velddrif start moving forward, they might just get possession. Nope, it's going to be Gardens' ball. Just what the doctor ordered. Because, Mtunzi, these players who are not professionals, and they will be enjoying themselves tonight and tomorrow as well, but also recovering, they need to be in good condition for the final day.
They sure do. None of these teams will want to end off on that final day on a low. So you want to be in your best condition to give your best out there and create some memories that are really, in terms of the country with so many visiting sides from all corners of South Africa, it's become really important, especially for Boland, to have the most players, more than any other province, Boland. So it just shows you how important this competition actually is for club rugby out here.
And now they have investment as well. Big changes in Boland rugby. Big changes, especially up top. And with Harvey's flurry coming into the frame, everything could change. And it's not just the head coach, it's the funding behind that. Keep an eye on Boland rugby over the next few years, and 5 years and 10 years as well, to see how the paradigm changes in that region.
In fact, the next couple of weeks going forward, the next 2 or 3 months, really important for Boland rugby. And as the SA Cup is currently underway and leading up to the Currie Cup and First Division Currie Cup, so they've got an incredible coach in Harvey's flurry. He definitely knows how to put together a great rugby system. We've seen that work he's done in Bloemfontein for the Cheetahs.
And he started his career in Boland as well, in assistant coaching. Here comes Gardens on the front foot. Oh, they're very impressive, Mayed. Well, let's see more of this kid. Oh, the whistle blows. Just as we get our chance. How impressive has he been?
He's been really good. So is Marvi Kamfer.
Tap and go comes from Delano. Dietrich met in defense. Not a lot of dipping of the shoulders there as Hatting Jachels gets stopped. Afrika just gave the insinuation he might go for the line there, the inside ball. Some of the most flowing movement in the back line we've seen from Velddrif all game long in that short movement. Now Afrika with the speculative ball, which ends up bouncing in front of a potential receiver. This time Velddrif control, which they've struggled to do so many times today, but this man has never struggled. Cello Charlies, he breaks the line and feeds, finds a man. Good strong run from Phil Goliath. Van Hoer clears from the bottom of the rack, and now he's looking for options, running laterally. Good ball to Dietrich, who's running a straight line. And through goes Jantjies as well. Dragged down in the tackle. Great dedication from Gardens, right till the death. Zana wrapping up his opposite number. Here comes Dietrich. Dietrich trying to get through the gap. Still to the final whistle with the hooter having blasted in the background. Velddrif trying on the outside. Good physical play from Goliath, whose nickname is Goliath. Goliath is what his friends call him. And forward they come again. Williams upright in the tackle. He's got to get to ground, and with 140 kilograms, not hard to get there. Just drop the hips. Afrika moves it along to Chirwa. Garden still making their hits on the outside. We're going back for a penalty.
Hard man, Goliath. And still trying to play quickly here, Velddrif. They needed to take their time with that one. And I think that summarizes it. Paul Stubbs, just rushed everything a little bit, maybe a bit too desperate for a win here against a very well-organized Garden side. Multi-dimensional approach. They were able to play great territory and possession rugby through the leadership of the captain, Ryan Oliphant, and of course, Marvin Kamfer.
What a player, Kamfer. What a game we've seen, especially so by the side coming from Eitenhage. And in the end, it's 7 tries to 2. Gardens victorious by 53 points to 17 over Velddrif. And here are the highlights from the match. And it was all the team in green and Tunzi from the first whistle to the last, really. And they built that power on the power of their scrum.
Yeah, they really did. Great scrummaging from Nkante Tame. Buten Polman was really good, but Marvi Kamfer, the way he supported the outside backs, kept feeding the forwards, Take a look at his communication with his captain there. That's a fantastic scrummaging maul try, you could say. Inside centre was really good as well. Cohen Caesar, Naven Gooda put his body on the line and came off the pitch injured with that one. Charlie's was so good. They did score a try, Velddrif. They didn't stop fighting, but just too good. Pullman was enjoying himself. Good little line, follows the ball nicely and supports Dwayne Nell to finish off beautifully. Nice little link-up play as well. This was an excellent try. The skill from Lonwabo Mayet was right there. Beautiful line, Donlik Natal. They looked so good. It was a really well-organized game. Gardens, but they didn't stop fighting. Here, this time it was Levine with that finish. And handling errors really cost them, but 26 turnovers conceded, just too much. It didn't even matter if their discipline was quite good. The missed tackles cost them quite a bit, but their scrums and lineouts, the set piece, just didn't allow Velddrif to have anything to launch any attack from, and the Gardens took full advantage of that. To take a look at some of the stats, I mean, to play almost 75% of the game in the opposition's half, that just shows you how they controlled the game really well. 5+ phases, both sides had their opportunities, but it was the Gardens who were just way more clinical than Velddrif.
We're standing with the man of the match, Mr. Stuart Jordan, executive of the Saldanah Rugby Football Club, is going to award the Coke gift pack to Marvin Kampfer. Well done, Marvin. Congratulations. You are our man of the match. 2 tries in the game, and well done, sir. Thank you. We're going to get the captain for Velddrif, Phil Goliath. Phil, disappointing for you guys to lose today.
It's very disappointing. We didn't show up today, but well, we can try on the next game on Monday.
Yeah, it was a tough game, and also pretty warm out there as well, but you'd be used to this heat.
Yes, especially when it's warm, we struggle against the side.
But you managed to run in a couple tries and held respect.
Okay, what can I say? We try our best, but it didn't go our way.
Phil, all the best, and we wish you all the best on Monday. Thank you very much, Phil. And then going to call across the captain for Gardens, Ryan Olifant. Ryan, big smile on your face compared to Thursday night.
Ja, nee, baie beter. Ek dink die boys het karakter gewys om terug te kom na die close games aan Donderdag. Ek dink die verskil vandag was ons het ons geleenthede gebruik en om punte omgeskep.
You certainly did use those opportunities, but you also created opportunity and you had some very slick handling out wide.
Ja, nee, dis Gardens rugby vir jou. As die bal eers begin loop, dis dan die manne op hulle beste speel. So ek weer eens well done vir die boys om op te staan en van die game af werk ons net na so maandag se game weer.
We know the game's one up front, and there were some solid scrums and good work by your pack.
Ja, die boys voor lei altyd. Hulle het gestep up met tackles, harde tackles, scrums, lyn staan, ons het alles gedomineer en dis kom die backline op die voorvoet kan wees.
Well done, Ryan. You're going to be playing in the plate final. You're going to be playing against Raiders on Monday, and good luck for that game.
Baie dankie waardeer.
That's Ryan Olifant, the captain for the Gardens side, and they have run out as winners today. 53 points to 17. They changed at halftime. 31 points to 10. Next game we've got up is Grootbrak, the Southwestern District Club champs against Helderberg, one of the oldest clubs in South Africa. That is next up on our itinerary for this afternoon.